Topic 5-5, Quadratic Applications. This can be referenced with our whole textbook, Chapter 9, Section 6 on page 630, and Chapter 9, Section 9 on page 652. We're going to be doing some more applications where, kind of like the one that we did in Topic 5-4, where you ended up having to look at some object being thrown up into the air and then reaching back down, meeting the ground. How long was the time in seconds? So again, if we'll kind of sketch out what we're looking at, this is your y, this is your x. What happens along here is in seconds, and what happens in this direction, which is your y, is your height. So something is being thrown into the air, it comes back down. When it hits the ground again, this is the ground would show where it would actually have a coordinate point of x with nothing for your y. That's that point right there. So again, I've been trying to highlight when we show that we've got to make sure that we put these in standard form. It says an archer shoots an arrow into the air and the equation describes the path of the arrow. The height is equal to 17t minus 5t squared, where h is the height in meters and t is the time in seconds. So how high is the arrow after 2 seconds? Well, here you're just plugging in, finding out the height by plugging in your t's with a 2. So the height would be 14 meters. But look at number 2. When will the arrow be 10 meters high? Well, the height is 10, so you're just replacing your h in your formula with what they're asking for, this 10. You're just substituting in a 10 for h. Because this is a quadratic, we know it's going to have a parabola that goes upside down. We haven't really gone over that reason why it's upside down and not right side up. But that's because this is negative. Now, I did put it in standard form, so it is probably going to show, since this is positive, more of a parabola that goes like that. Which is not the way it would be, because it's going to go upside down. Since it's upside down creates a negative quadratic, and right side up, just remember that, creates positives. But that's okay as far as the way this is going to look. If you plug this into your calculator, again, make sure you set it equal to 0. You will put this into y equals, find where it's going to hit your the 0 again, or you could use the quadratic formula for this. But you're going to find out, I'm not going to go through the whole thing, I'm going to let you do that. But put it in your calculator, pause this recording, throw it in the calculator, because this is the way you're going to learn, and don't just copy down what I've been writing. But when you check, you're going to see that it's at 2.6 seconds, and then again at 0.8 seconds. So again, if you didn't get those answers, ask your teacher to help show you how, again, to put this in, making sure that you put in y1 as this and a y2 as a 0. Use your second trace button, calculate intersection. Okay, when will it be 20 meters? So again, you're going to replace this number for your height. The 20 is being replaced. Put it in standard form, throw it into your calculator, and what you're going to see here is that it's never going to cross the line. Remember when I told you that they look like that and they don't cross the x-axis? That would be no solution. So this one's never going to get to that state of 20 meters high. The highest it's going to get is somewhere in between 10 and 20 meters, because it's never going to get this high. You're going to find that the parabola doesn't even touch the x-axis. Okay, so the last one, when's it going to come back to the ground? That's represented with this picture up here, where you're putting a 0 in. Put just this equation into your y equals, and then as you see where it's going to hit the ground again, let's see, it's actually going to be at 3.4 seconds. You can change that to a fraction. That would be 17/5. Test out both your answers as far as, but this is going to be your time. Your time would equal that many seconds. But again, before, if you didn't get this in your calculator, Don't just copy it down. Make sure you understand the operations with the calculator. And if you need more assistance with that, make sure you check these answers and how they were performed with your teacher. That concludes that Unit 5-5